So today on Project Shop, we are going to load up Lucy. That's a name my wife gave to this cart. I got a buddy, the guy I'm buying a Kubota from. He's into golf carts, man. He's got some tricked out, super fast golf carts with like one big giant lithium battery in them. His golf cart pretty much pulls wheelies and stuff. They might have a bunch of spare parts. I asked him about it, sent some pictures. He goes, you know what, just bring it over when you come pick up the Kubota. So we're gonna load this in the dump trailer. Forklift extensions, I'm gonna try to pick it up from the front with the forklift, just load it right in there, and I'm gonna get on the road. Dakota's gonna hang out and do some scrapping and whatnot, and when I get back, we're going to basically clear out this place here. I don't know if we're going to get to that tonight. We'll probably just finish out the night scrapping while I got the tables and everything set up. And then tomorrow, start ripping out this stuff and prepping for concrete. I think with the mud mixer and the other thing, and the Kubota being able to bring the concrete right over here, we'll probably form up half this thing in one shot. Get it formed up the night before, and then start early and just start pouring back that way and work our way all the way down to the end and pour this whole half at once. And then I can kind of just leave this stuff here for now and pull it out. I can still work it while that's curing for a couple days. I'll probably let it cure for like two or 3 days, maybe 2 days, and pull the forms and immediately start pouring this side over here. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Shake it and see where it's gonna fall. Yeah, it was off on something under there. All right. Yeah, I want to back up far enough to where the forklift's not going to roll off, okay? it to the D-ring? Yeah. Back a little bit? Yeah, all the way. Get out from underneath. Aha. All right, guys, it's the next day. I went and picked up the Kubota. And I dropped my dump trailer off over there. While we were there, we used this machine to load up a bunch of concrete that I'm going to use for a backstop. We're going to make a pile basically and then cover it with dirt. So we got a nice, safe shooting range in the back part of the property. And then I got a bunch of scrap from him. He gave me some wire, a keg that's got a hole drilled in the bottom. I don't know what we can use it for, but I like it. We'll figure something out with it. So what I'm going to do is get this offloaded, and we're going to offload that Chicago brake over there, get my other trailer cleared off because I need that for tomorrow. I actually need to pull the winch that I took off that trailer, welded on this trailer. I actually borrowed this trailer to pull my wife's truck and my truck, my other dualies, and neither of them were running. So I welded my winch on here. I'm gonna cut it off of here, put it back on my other trailer because I'm actually gonna need it for tomorrow. Yeah, so we're gonna get this offloaded. We got a lot of work to do with this today. I do need to do some scrapping because while I'm down south, I want to, I'm actually going past the scrap yard for the job for tomorrow. Now, the job for tomorrow is not going to be a big money deal. It's actually just a giant transformer. It's for a good customer of mine, and he asked if I could be there while they're removing the other one. It's just one of those come and get it things. It's just 30 minutes south of the scrap yard, so I got to kind of get it dialed in to where I'm doing two things at once, you know. That's why a lot of people are like, oh, why do you travel so far to go to Miami to sell your scrap? Is because I have customers down past, you know, I started out in South Broward, which is Broward, Miami borderline. And then, you know, that's where most of my customers are. Well, not most of them, but a lot of them. So anyway, we're going to get this thing offloaded, and we're going to get to work. Now this time, last time I only had the fork attachment. This time I have the bucket as well. And he has, I didn't grab it because I wasn't going to use it this time around. He has auger attachments as well. All right, man. So a couple things. One, this thing's about out of fuel, so I went and not filled, but I put about $170 worth of diesel in my fuel cell, so I gotta get it out of there and put some in here. Two, I might have to do a little bit of work on this thing. This thing has quick release things for the attachments. You just hit a button and the hydraulic ram unlocks it. They're kind of seized up. We had a lot of trouble. We had to lube them, and I had to smack these pins down here, and I could see they just get covered with dirt. I think that is a grease fit in there. So I'm gonna pressure clean this. We're gonna have to pull these off right here. This is bent. I'll probably heat that up and straighten it, because I noticed when we were trying to put the bucket on and whatever yesterday, that thing is kind of bent forward. So I'll straighten all this out. The guy is good enough to let me make payments on this machine. I've already given him a deposit, so he's let me use it. He said just bring it back when I'm done. We'll probably keep it for about a week or so, maybe 2 weeks. We'll do some maintenance for it. I did buy an oil filter for it, and I have to pick up the oil. We'll change that all out, clean it up, go over it, see what's wrong. Like, everything works on it. It's got amazing air conditioning. All right, pretty new tires, which is good. He said he just had all the hydraulic rams resealed except for maybe one, which is no problem. My buddy can get me seals, or I'll just have him reseal it if there's an issue with it. It is missing the glass. There's supposed to be straight up, looks like glass out here. You can see it's busted off. I would like to replace that for the AC. It does have a window that comes down, so this thing can be fully enclosed if you're in a dusty environment, which is great. Most of the stuff here is pretty good, except for this. Looks like it got damaged. I don't know if we can find a new one of them. I would like to pull these off and either straighten them or get new ones for it. The lights, these lights work. I don't know about that one. You know, I mean, this thing, he used it, you know, pretty good. You guys kind of rough on stuff, kind of like me. But overall, it's a great running machine. Sounds good, starts right up, all the functions work. You know, just needs basically that thing worked out, the quick release, and you know, keep up on the oil changes and whatnot, and she'll be a good machine. You know, it's definitely something that we're going to need out here. He does have auger attachments for it, and being that this thing has the stuff right here, eventually what I would like is a grapple bucket. He doesn't have a grapple bucket, but he does have, I think he said he had 3 buckets for this thing. He's got one bucket that's massive. It's like this huge bucket. So that'll be good for cleaning up lots of debris, you know, a bigger bucket. But definitely a grapple bucket is something that we're going to need out here on the ranch, you know, because I plan on grappling some stuff and clearing some of the heavy stuff up out of the, you know, I like to make the woods a little more usable. So there's certain areas that I'd like to get in there, kind of clear out, especially like back over there in that area. I'd like to leave all the big old growth trees. We're just going to clear out the underbrush. It's going to be kind of hard with this. They do make a really cool chain type attachment deal that you like wrap around brush and it rips it out. We might have to get one of them, or I'll just make one. I don't know. But I can start. Me and my wife are going to figure out where we're actually going to start with another pond. We want a pond in the back somewhere for the animals. We might even do a couple of them, considering we're actually going to section off this back portion into 3 different paddocks, so we can move the animals around, keep them. So once our bull gets older, we're going to have to separate the bulls from the heifers and the cows. So we're definitely going to need the different paddocks, and then we'll do something up here in the front section, probably section half of it off, and yeah, it'll be a work in progress. Got a lot of work to do out here on the ranch. But we got a good little start, and this will be a good addition to the family here. I'm really grateful that the guy is willing to work with me, being that we have so much stuff to do, and I'm like, you know, kind of spread thin at the moment with everything going on and all the stuff that I have to do. So it really does help to have good friends, you know. And so on that note, I'm gonna get my forklift extensions, and we're gonna take this thing over there and pick up that big old metal brake, get it off my trailer, get that trailer prepped up, weld on the winch. I'm gonna need a pallet jack and basically the winch tomorrow. So I'm gonna get the trailers ready to rock and roll. Then we're gonna switch gears and do some scrapping, get a load of scrap from Miami. It ain't gonna be a high dollar load because we've scrapped most of the high dollar stuff out of here, but we still got some copper and aluminum, high dollar aluminum to process. So we'll have a nice little something for the bucket. Okay, so that fork is really bent. I think I'm going to put it in the 100-ton press and see if I can't straighten it out. Yeah, that's a problem, especially well, we'll rip out all this concrete first just in case we bend it even more. But it just makes everything harder because one fork is at one height and you're doing one thing, and the other fork's at another height and doing another thing. And yeah, that's not cool. I actually have a set of forks. I don't know if they're that long. They're actually sitting right there for my bigger forklift. I wonder how good they are. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here. I'm going to grind this clean. And man, I really wish I would have painted that thing. We might give this thing a coat of paint once we weld this back on. So where's our thing at? We got to clean this up. Basically, I just cut into here and I cut two sides of it off, here and here. I tried not to get down into the metal. I didn't really care if I got into that metal. Yeah, this was kind of a rush job when I went and picked up that big giant generator. I had to weld this on that night, weld all this on. So I'll probably give it a little coat of paint, make it look nice. This trailer needs a little rehab. She's definitely done above and beyond what it was probably originally meant to do. I've hauled some heavy stuff on this thing, man. Long distances too. Smoked a couple axles. Scrap yard bent my... That's one thing we'll do when we rehab, is try to bend this back. What I'll have to do is hook this to my truck and put a jack under there and heat it up a little bit. But I don't know about heating it up, man. I think when you heat the metal, it kind of weakens it. But I don't think this is any type of temper. This is just all mild steel probably. So I'll probably heat it up, bend it back into place, hold it there, and then probably go ahead and weld another beam in there, another support. Now years ago, I had an I-beam that I wanted to run. It was a long metal beam. It would have went down to like the first axle. I wanted to put it straight down the middle. But unfortunately that was with those steel plates that came up missing, thanks to my old landlord. But anyway, I'm gonna get all set up with a flappy disc, and I'll probably want to knock that down quick with a regular grinder, clean this up, get my welder out here, we'll get this welded up, and maybe slap a coat of paint on it. I think I got some nice big cans of that Rust-Oleum. Okay, we got the trailer over here. I'm gonna grind off the winch, but I just wanted to show you what I found. Found a big old crack right there, and that's where the skid steer, you know, pretty much goes up and down. So and his light is trashed. He let me borrow his magnetic lights I put on there. I'll actually be using them on my other trailer since I only have one. Now I had bought brand new lights for my trailer, and one of my lights actually works, so I might be able to... Well, that lens is cracked. I might have a lens for that. I might be able to salvage the one good light on my trailer. If I can get that light working, I have two brand new lights. I'll go ahead and put the two brand new lights on this trailer, get his trailer lights and brakes working. I don't know if he's got... I'm assuming this is a heavy duty trailer. It's probably got brakes. Yeah, I can see brakes back there. So he's got all different types. That rim is actually for my dump trailer. So I told him, because last time I borrowed this trailer, I bought him a brand new spare because it was just literally shredded. And I told him that I will replace my spare tire on my dump trailer, which is the spare tire for this trailer. It actually matches these rims. So we'll swap it around. I mean, eventually, once I'm done paying for the Kubota, I'll probably wind up getting this trailer as well. That wasn't really part of the deal, but I don't have a trailer heavy enough to pull that machine. I don't think my trailer, I only got 3,500 pound axles on my trailer. So I could probably get that on there, but it wouldn't like it. It wouldn't be a safe ride. This has heavy duty axles. You know, I got what, 5 lug axles. These are 8 lug axles. I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing ground off of here. When I mounted this on here, the spare tire wouldn't fit back on its thing, so I just gave up one of my straps. I actually gave up 2 straps. One to hold them gates down, because I drug that gate like I don't even know how many miles, but yeah. So I didn't want to have any more problems with the gate. I guess I gotta go get a battery. Okay. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get in there with the grinder. I might have to torch it off. I don't forget what I used last time to get it off my other trailer. I might have used a plasma cutter. See if I can't get in on this side right here. That big old disc that dude gave me. Huh. Well, that ain't gonna work. Oh, forgot. I welded the backside too. I guess it don't want to come off when you do it the right way. Perfect. 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Yeah. I'm welding something. I'm welding something right now. Nothing. All right, there we have it. We got that thing welded back on. Ultimately, I'd like to put like a receiver hitch on there. I have some around here, one around here. I just need to find it. And then I'll have to make a longer, this is the actual size that'll slide into the receiver. And then I could just, you know, put it on and off as I need it. I'd rather not have it out in the weather. I could just put it down in here. And then what I'll do is mount a battery in here. I actually have a new box for this, so I'll get that set next time. As you can see right here, from this sitting on the frame and all the weight and whatnot, it kind of bent down. So this time I got that huge piece of aluminum angle that I saved the other day, and plus some other. I'll just make two things for it to sit on. We'll put a battery in there. We'll put a little solar panel out here so that it keeps it charged. Years ago when I had my crane, I had a nice little solar panel on top of it with, I had 2 deep cycle batteries on that thing, and I never had to charge it. It was actually great. So I'll put a battery in here, get this thing with a quick connect or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Just so we're not constantly messing with the wires. It doesn't need these giant cables. I just put them on there temporarily. We'll get this thing dialed in pretty good, man. It's only a 3500, but you know, you're not, like I said, when I was pulling I pulled my 8,500 pound dually up on that trailer with this winch. One, you're not picking up 8,000 pounds. You're just pulling it. So it's a lot easier. And two, I actually triple pulley blocked it. I put some, what do you call them? Shiv blocks or whatever. I put some pulleys on it. I went down to the truck, put a pulley on it, came back to the trailer, put another pulley, and then went back to the truck. So it was pulling hard. So that 3500 probably had like 9,000 pounds of pulling power. I mean, it possibly could have picked up the truck. The cable's kind of thin, but, and it's Harbor Freight. I don't trust it. But it pulled it right up on that other trailer, no problem. So, that's going to be it for today's video. I'm going to pull this thing out of here. And I'm actually going to go and bring some of that scrap over to the table now that I can get the Kubota back in there and just move all that crap out of the way. I'm going to pull out all the scrap. And I'm going to figure out how I'm going to get my forklift out of the way. Probably have to put it back over here. Which my lawnmower and whatever is up under there. We'll move that out of the way. Maybe even move it further away. But I got to clean this whole area up and get ready to start removing some concrete. I want to do one more day of scrapping before I do that. So I'm going to, like I said, move this out of the way. And then we are going to have a massive micro scrap out because it's pretty much all tedious micro scrapping. But there is some nuggets back there, and there's some interesting stuff that's sitting back there. Big chunks of copper, bus bar, a couple AC compressors. So stay tuned for all that, and hope everybody's having a great start to your week, and we'll see you on the next one. I'll tell you where we're going, right to the scrap yard. Dancing. You ever seen your copper dance before?